everybody, and welcome to the show. Ooh, we got ourselves an interesting lineup today. Very happy to have you guys here with us. Do keep in mind that we have all our links down below. Please check them out. And of course, hit that share button as well, which we appreciate. But definitely welcome to Comics News today. Of course, I am your host, Chester C. Busby III. Very happy to have you. Before we do jump in the news, we always like to warm up a little bit and say hello to each other. And of course, we have the most awesome pie eating bird you ever seen. I mean, he just sucks them down like a vacuum. He's the oily one. He is Booster.
I'm not gonna lie to you, that sounded really gay.
Did it?
You made me so. Yeah, I suck on pie. Oh no. Gotta rethink that one. Oh, that
No.
reminds me, I gotta put on some pie.
Oh, there he goes. There he goes.
Yeah.
In it.
Oh, so what would be the pie of choice today?
Oh, egg and bacon, of course.
Egg and bacon. That actually does sound pretty good. I think I'd probably try that. Yeah.
Someone asked me, "Isn't that just a quiche?" And I didn't have a reply to that. I was like, "Yeah, but it's got like crust on the top as well." But yeah, I guess it's a quiche. I don't know what to tell you.
I like quiche.
I like quiche too, and I like egg and bacon pie. It's all beautiful.
Yeah, it's actually my wife does quiche pretty well. Actually, I mean she's overall a fairly good cook, but her quiche is excellent. Actually. But thank you very much, Booster, and we'll all be thinking about pie from now on. Of course, we're also joined by George. George, what is our angst meter level today? Just curious.
I'm back to Amber.
Amber. Amber. That's a Canadian way of saying amber. All right. Okay.
Or more like a dirty red.
I see.
With a touch of orange.
I see.
And a lot of flaming explosions.
Oh, goodness. You should eat more pie. I think that might help you with that. Oh, goodness gracious. But thanks for being here, George, and thank you for that. We got Eric Hawkins says, evening, morning, people. It's, well, evening or morning. Oh, well, that's very nice, Eric, giving me a heads up for my morning. Thank you. Thank you.
That's very diverse.
It's
He's really thinking about, yeah.
He's thoughtful. It's thoughtful.
Yeah.
And of course, you guys know we are joined by the most Dinale of all llamas. Hello, sir.
Aloha. I'm having a fantastic day. It's not raining, it's not hot, it's dry, and it's breathable where I'm not congested. And George, you better be careful. You might be color swapped to black, because that's what the craze is happening in Hollywood all this time.
Uh-oh.
Oh, explain that, sir. Explain that statement, sir.
Gingerpocalypse.
Oh,
yeah, Gingerpocalypse.
Oh, there you go. He's right. He's right.
I can see it now.
Uh-oh. And of course, we got March Hare's come in here as well. He says, hello, all. Well, hello to you, March Hare. Very happy to have you in here. We got Dave as well. Hell, quiche my ass. Dude, I like quiche. Quiche is good, man. Good bacon and egg and cheese.
I gotta be that guy and... Yeah.
Hey,
I corrected his spelling.
What planet did Chewbacca come from?
Oh, I know the answer, but I can't remember. Oh, damn it.
Wookiee land.
No. Damn it. Go ahead, George. Tell me.
Sec.
Oh, wow. Okay. I do apologize, everyone. I should not have bitten upon that, but I did. Let's see. Zach says D&Q is on for tonight. A lot of talent coming on, which is awesome. And of course, as we predicted, they were out for their 1 week of tantrum, and then they're back. So, yay!
Does that mean we're the fan edition again?
Yeah, I guess so. We're the fan edition. That's all right. We're happy being the fan edition. Save Gingers.
And they didn't make the topic of choice tonight Ezra Miller as per requested by me. So this is how we're treated.
Well, what are they doing
class
tonight?
Citizens.
What are they doing tonight?
They're doing the Legion of Doom, which is lame.
Legion. I don't know. That could be cool, dude.
Should have been Ezra Miller as Booster Gold.
Yeah. Well, I wonder if I'll see now that they're doing it though this week. I wonder if oh no, I'll leave it be. Leave it as it stands. Yeah, no, whatever. Now we are the Ultimate Edition, and we know we are the Ultimate Edition. Yeah. Well, you know what? You're right, Eric. We're going to stay the Ultimate Edition. Disagree about the tantrum part. Well, dude, I'm just I'm just joking around anyway. I don't really care. They had their issues and whatever. And I'm glad they're back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we love working with Mike over here, and it's a fun collaboration. So we're happy. I'm just joking. You know that, right?
And it's where
Uh,
all our subs come from.
yeah, dude. We
So-
we are not the
Do not
drama
bite
people,
the
guys.
hand who feeds.
No, we love you, Mike. Lick, lick, lick. But yeah, flaky artist. You're right, Eric. Exactly. And as
Mhm,
the world turns.
Oof.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
And or
But
spins
As the world draws.
that was
like a
like a soap
frisbee,
opera
depending
reference.
on. Yeah.
Yeah, no, oh, you took it to flat Earth. Ooh, interesting.
Mhm.
But anyway, guys, we have got some very interesting news today, and I'm actually going to do something that I rarely ever do. I'm starting political. Are you guys ready?
Yeah, right. I think we've been political the last couple of weeks.
We have? Well, no, this one I couldn't resist it, dude. So here
Yeah.
we go. I'm going to share so everybody can see here what we're doing. And then I'm going to get right into it. So strap in and all. But yeah, no, I couldn't resist because this is too hilarious. As you guys know, the media is out of their mind, of course. They're constantly doing crazy things. They lose their cool. I mean, talk about tantrums. That's real tantrums going on with these people. But like for instance, we know that we had the whole nonsense with Mark Hamill kind of making a negative response to Trump's daughter because their little boy was in a stormtrooper outfit. And then of course, what happens? Well, we got articles coming out saying maybe, just maybe this Halloween you shouldn't have your children wearing stormtrooper outfits. I mean, it is Nazi. It is a Nazi thing. What are you doing, people? The literally articles coming out like that, right? Right?
Hmm.
Hey,
Right.
Chester, are you supposed to be locked in to Dinale?
Not yet.
Okay, just
What is
pointing it out.
what is it about Halloween that drives these people nuts?
I don't
It's
know.
Halloween.
Yeah.
You know what costume idea I have? I'm gonna go in blackface and go as Justin Trudeau.
Sweet.
Oh,
Sweet. That's a great idea. Hey, don't sweat it, March Hare, man. No big deals at all, man. Just remember, we're not that group over here. We're the guys who just having fun and having a good time.
We're
We don't care about
cool.
any of that stuff, man. We're just goofing on Mike a little bit, some fair fun. We love Mike, of course we do, and we love Edwin, who just showed up. He said D and Q is a go. We know, dude. We will have Siege on today as the winner
Oh,
of the
cool.
fan edition, dude. You're awesome.
Cool.
Thank you very much, Edwin. That is cool of you, dude. But yeah, no, March, don't sweat it, dude. But we are happy they're back. And Legion of Doom could be cool. I'll be interested to see what happens. But anyway, I want to continue what I'm doing here. So we know about that kind of silliness, right? And then somebody, some amazing human being, went and made the most memeiest of all memes and
Wow.
absolutely imploded the media's brain. I mean, the news networks are out of their frickin' mind with this, pointing fingers and accusing genocide and apocalyptic times upon us. Let us see what were they talking about? What does this entail?
Oh,
Well,
oh no,
oh
you're not talking
well.
about.
Yes, I am,
Uh-oh.
baby.
You're talking.
Yes, I
Uh-oh.
am. And I've
Just
turned the
Oh,
Tony,
volume
don't
on,
play it
so
with
bite
play
me.
with sound. We might get
Dare
hit
you
for
my
a
God.
reverb.
Here we
Here
go. Here we go, ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen.
yeah, yes.
Drum roll, drum roll.
And
You know, take off the
Okay,
volume.
shh.
and let them have.
Boom.
One of the greatest movie scenes of all time. Putting Trump's. I mean, why did it take someone so long to figure this out, dude? Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, I need to pause it because that music will get us a strike. But I don't know, whatever.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, but
Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
that was
it's
probably
beautiful.
enough to
It's
do
probably
it.
enough,
Mean
right?
Yeah.
that everyone's freaking out over?
Yeah, dude.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. It's beautiful. It is freaking beautiful, dude. Oh no! Oh
I thought this was
no!
just a Kathy Griffin, head, on the pike or something.
Mm.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no! This is funny. It's funny, dude.
It's crazy, O'Donnell.
It's funny. Donald is taking him out, baby. He's taking him out. This is a great
this
movie
didn't
scene, anyway.
Is this
Didn't he
Carpet
actually play this
Johnson?
somewhere?
He
Is this
one
Yeah,
of
Carpet
well,
it-
this is yeah. Go ahead,
This was
Dinale.
played in South Miami during one of the rallies for Donald Trump,
Yeah,
and it
what?
was in it was in a side room, and somebody was just showing this off before the actual proper event. And Lark and some journalist or somebody saw this, and they freaked out.
Oh
It's
my gosh.
awesome, dude. Well,
Did they
no,
actually take it
This
as
is
some
just
kind of different? And Kathy Griffin's been freaking out, going, "Donald Trump just killed me, and nobody cares." It's like, yeah, because you held up his head. If you don't remember,
no, but actually, in this case, it sounds like actually one of Trump's staffs made this actually,
that is
which is
hilarious.
hilarious. Yeah, they have no sense of humor whatsoever. Uh,
Ship poster in chief. I love it.
yeah, it's beautiful. I mean, come on, Trump is just badass when it comes to this stuff.
there you
Oh,
go.
Kathy Griffin.
Yeah,
Oh no,
yeah.
Hillary, no.
And
CNN
CNN to
axe in
finish it
the
off.
head. Yeah, baby.
The smug face.
Yeah. I mean, now they are losing their mind off of that, and it's hilarious,
This
dude.
looks so real. It's like it's so real. The special
Mm.
effects are awesome.
Oh no, that movie Kingsman, that is one of the best movie scenes of all time, dude. That is an
Yeah,
absolutely awesome scene. Yeah.
it kicks
Um,
ass.
it does kick ass. I mean, whether you like the whole movie or not doesn't really matter. I mean, there's good and bad points in it, but that scene is amazing.
No.
Beautifully choreographed, and it looks like a single shot for most of it, actually. So good on Colin Firth for getting on that, dude. That was pretty cool. But I mean, it's just hilarious. They can't take a joke at all, right? And they're really calling that this is call to violence, and journalists, their lives are in danger, and on and on and on. It's just so outrageous. But of course, what this does, the left can't meme. You're right, Turtle Rabbit. They can't. And To continue on with the political theme, here is a little bit about George Soros. Now, you guys know I've mentioned him before, and he's not the only one, but he is a big liberal, funder. Very rich billionaire man. He's also a Jewish fella during the war. That's how old he is. Who actually betrayed other Jews to the Germans, and for some reason was never really punished for it. Right? I mean, so wonderful human we got here, and he's paying for a lot of Antifa and stuff like that. But let's just look at this article real quick. America is under attack by 187 groups funded by George Soros. That's a lot, right? He's also paying for buses and stuff. Where do these Antifa people come from? How do they get in? Remember the Charlottesville thing that everyone was saying was all about the alt right? Well, there were actually dozens of buses that were bringing in Soros's people at that event. As if when Trump said there were bad people on both sides. Well, he's right, because they were, right? But Notorious globalist billionaire George Soros has gone on the record threatening to take down President Trump and promising an audience at the World Economic Forum in Davos that the new world order are making the necessary preparations to completely and utterly obliterate every single Republican plan. We need Star Wars music, I think. The what do they call it? The March, the Imperial March, or something like that. Soros
Dun,
is
dun, 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 dun,
Thank
dun.
you. That's perfect. Yeah. Soros is doing
Copyright by
this
Disney.
the only way we know how, by throwing his dirty money around, sponsoring hate groups, protesters, and NGOs, attempting to subvert the course of democracy and eradicate silent majorities. Now, this goes on and talks about all the various things that he's backing. And you go read this article if you'd like. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, obviously. But This is an evil dude. But the thing is, he's not alone. We're seeing the people who are trying to subvert the 2020 election across the board. Google is 100% on board, of course, with their YouTube, which we're on right now, as is Twitter and Facebook, and of course CNN as well. As a matter of fact, that news came out the other day, didn't it, from the Veritas project, showing insiders once again having actual tape from the people in charge over at CNN talking about how it's all about getting Trump, and we're going to focus on it no matter what any other news is. Just completely bankrupt and corrupt individuals. And of course, George Soros is one of the big people involved in doing this. I just thought we'd make that connection because they are desperately trying to alter the 2020 election. Of course, it's funny to me because they talk about how the whole Russia thing, for years we had to deal with that Russia thing, and we knew it was all nonsense. Of course, it turned out to be nonsense. When in reality, the only people who actually colluded with the Russians were people like Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama and people like that. Don't want to say that too loud, or I might have black helicopters over my house.
What's
But
that?
what?
Something about Obama.
Something about Obama. How dare I? How dare I even? And his wife, Michael. But nevertheless, yeah. Isn't that a wonderful day? And I would suggest everyone. You see this little thing right here with this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It's beautiful. Share it out. Share it out because it's wonderfully funny. And this person who put this together, which is, like I said, it sounds like a Trump staffer. They did a great job, man. It's a great job. Poor Bernie. Bernie was on the stage the other day. I thought he had a heart attack. Bernie, you can't kill those old communists. They're tough, man. Anyway.
He really wanted to be a good communist, and his heart was in it. Was just not in it,
Yeah. What is it? Turtle says, Fanspeak needs a daily political show. Booster Limbaugh.
Oh no.
All right. Anyway, that's enough of that. Let's move on to actual news. Sad news, but news nevertheless. Go ahead.
So for the upcoming the Matt Reeves Batman, Zoe
Kravitz.
Kravitz, which is the daughter of the legendary Kravitz, it's now Catwoman, which she has voiced the Lego version of Catwoman in the Lego Batman animate cartoon. So, good on her.
I guess.
mean, I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. I mean, it depends on how good it is or isn't, with her performing. She could be a Halle Berry, which that movie was terrible, or she could be like Michelle Pfeiffer, which was memorable.
Yeah.
So it really depends on the direction how they use her.
Well, see,
in the film.
You're a perfect example of the success they've had, though, Dinale, because you're already willing to accept these racial swaps. He's like, well, if it's good, and it's like, why? This is not Catwoman. It's not what it looks like. And do understand, there's a reason why she does voice acting, because this is not a pretty girl. This shot here is the about best they could do. Because let me show you what she really looks like without all this this touch up. That's her. She looks like her papa, right? And that's not a good thing. She looks just like her daddy. Her mom, Jean Benet, is a stunner. She's a hot one. She's from the Cosby Show. Of course, we all know these guys been together forever. And her mom's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But she doesn't look like her mom at all. She looks like her dad. Almost identical to her dad, actually. And
so,
of course,
was it bad when they did a race swap for Catwoman in the '66 Batman?
I don't know, did they?
Yeah, they did. A black woman played Catwoman for a while back in '66.
No, you're right. She did. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. So I guess there's precedence then.
Yep.
All right,
so that's
whatever.
where I'm going with.
The 66 Batman did it right. They just didn't even mention it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
they
they're-
had 3 different Catwomen.
Well, to be fair, George, they're doing the same thing here. They're not really talking about how she's doesn't look like Selena Kyle. They're just saying, boom, this is your new Catwoman. So they are doing that. I seem to remember the redhead, though, that played Cat. Well, they must have been more than one Catwoman. There were 3.
Not to mention, Halle Berry was also Catwoman, but that had nothing to do with Batman, really. But
no, it didn't.
Still, another black woman.
Yeah, but for me, the real issue that I'm trying to push here is she's very unattractive, dude. And Selena Kyle is a pretty lady, right? This is an unattractive human, dude. And like I said, there's a reason why she does voice acting, because she doesn't have a face for cinema, dude. And I don't know, it could be great though. Denali could be 100% correct. It could be absolutely awesome. And no, she wasn't. Someone says, hold on a second. Eartha Kitt was banging. All right, cool. I don't recall that. I remember some white lady.
Not the
Uh,
redhead was Batgirl, apparently. Yes.
all right.
Yes.
Someone
Julie
take
Newmar was
Chester's
the
geek card
redhead.
away. Oh, I do apologize.
Uh
Sorry.
oh. Uh oh.
Uh,
They're all freaking out on you.
Chester's hating on women again. Julie Newmar was redhead. Was the redhead? Yeah, right. Thank you, March. So all of you, go bite me, bite me. But no, come on, dude. This girl is not attractive, man. You think she's gonna pull off a Catwoman? Maybe.
I'd shag her.
Yeah, she also played Angel, the Dragonfly wing mutant in X-Men's First Class.
Mm. Well, Cult Film says she's not a
So
very good actress. We'll see. We'll give her a chance because they're not really playing they're not really playing that card here with her. They're really not. They just boom, she's a new thing. I don't see anything in here that's talking about her, the fact that she's not a white girl.
Person of color.
Yeah, whatever. So that's cool. We'll see. I just was shocked because I love her dad. He's what a great musician, but damn, right? Anyway, moving on to the next story, though. Now, this one, I'm going to let us talk about this a little bit, but here's the thing. I trigger Batman TV fans. I like Batman TV show too. I was a kid. I grew up with that. But I haven't talked about Jonathan Hickman's run, guys, for a very specific reason. I don't like it.
Uh oh.
Yeah, I don't like what he's doing. I don't like the idea behind it. I don't like, and now that I understand more, George was very helpful. Thank you, George. Now that I understand exactly what he's going after, I don't like the convoluted nature of it. I just don't like it. I'm not interested in it. And of course, this was thrown up for me to cover, but Jonathan Hickman promised a solo Moria X series because everything is something X now. And I understand Moria is the linchpin of this storyline that's going on. I get that. But I don't like it. I'm not interested in it. I don't want anything to do with it, and that's why I'm not covering it. And that's all I got to say about it. So if you guys want to go on and say something about it, go ahead. Otherwise, I'll move on to the next one.
which doesn't mean
Oh,
he
I
doesn't
haven't
like
even
any.
read it.
Yeah,
Just you don't like anything. You're so cynical. So mean.
Thank you.
but going with it. I mean, it doesn't mean that Chester doesn't like everything because he does like the Monday Night Murders,
I love that. Yeah, that's absolutely awesome.
and it's written by the same writer, which is
Yeah, yeah.
Jonathan
I
Hicks.
like plenty of Hickman things. I just don't like this
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Right. So we want to throw that first out there to say, not to just come out saying all negative. We have touched a little bit upon it of going on. It comes down to the execution of things. It sounds like a good idea, but so far, from what I'm seeing and looking, I don't see a lot of people really talking about this event.
No, because it's crap, dude. This is a retcon. What they're trying to do is retcon everything, but they're taking crap and trying to retcon it into more crap. It's nonsense, is why I don't like it. And no, I have no trouble with Jonathan Hickman particularly. I've read several things of his I like. Sure, it isn't about Hickman per se. It's about I just don't like it, and that's why I haven't talked about it. But anyway, so I don't really care that a Moria series is coming at all, particularly because of yeah, whatever. I don't care. So that's
I've
why I
actually
haven't
seen
talked
quite
about
a few people talking about it. A lot of people seem to be enjoying it, from what I've seen.
it. Cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just that's why I haven't talked about it. But anyway, moving on then. Now this is interesting because we know in that horrible thing that they call the CW, they are doing some kind of Crisis on Infinite Earth take. With all their various things that are going on. And I'm curious how that's going to work out because we do know that the Batwoman has launched and failed miserably, and it's actually starting to bring down other ones. We know that Supergirl is on its freaking knees as far as ratings go. So I'm kind of curious if this is kind of dead in the water already, but nevertheless, it seems they're going to be taking some take on Christopher Reeve's Superman. Now, what do they mean by this, though? So I'm a bit confused because it says with the Michael Keaton Batman confirmed for the Crisis on Infinite Earths. Okay, it's highly likely the mega event crossover will
Oh,
feature some sort of appearance by Christopher
I
Reeves,
can.
Superman. Hmm.
We have two choices from what I understand, right? Either they dig up the body and do a marionette show, or use some necromancy shit going on here, or there's going to be some really tacky CG.
Probably, probably.
Yeah.
And
they're gonna do like they're doing with Christopher, not Christopher, but the Michael Keaton Batman, where they're just gonna mention him in the newspaper, which is what they're doing with the Michael Keaton Batman is going to be in it. It's really going to be saying Bruce Wayne marries Celine Kyle, and you have young Michael Keaton with young Michelle Pfeiffer in
yeah,
the front page to
We're-
do that, and they might do the same thing with Christopher Reeves, like
hmm,
this
hmm,
Superman saves the day or something. And you have
yeah.
young Christopher Reeves in
Yeah,
the
but
newspaper.
that's not what the report here is telling us though. The thing with Mike
Mhm.
Keaton and I think that's cool. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
It's a nice little wink, a little cameo thing. It's nice. But that's not what they're saying here. It says back in October of last year, Jack O'Halloran, wonderful Irish name,
Hmm.
who played Nond, confirmed that there is a plan to bring Christopher back as Superman in hologram form.
Oh, they're doing the
Holy
whole
smokes.
thing. Yeah.
Hey man, it worked for
Oh,
Tupac.
they're gonna do like the Superman Returns with Marlon Brando.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh
But I
no.
mean, it could work though. It could be a cool little wink, just like with the Michael Keaton thing, dude. It could be all right. But the problem is the shows themselves are just so horrible. I don't know if I could tolerate getting through that nonsense to even see the hologram. I'm sure people will click it out, but I don't know that it's necessarily a problem, actually. But whatever. Um,
Well,
uh,
just wait till people watch it and they'll clip it into YouTube, like you
they
mentioned.
will. They
And
will. Yeah, yeah. Wow. Wow. Holy cow, dude. Wow, it's a wonderful cosplay here at this Comic Con. Obviously, good job, guys. Good job. Oh, look, he's getting
He got,
old.
Tom
Mhm.
Welling's looking swole though. He got wide.
Yeah, they are looking old though.
He
But
got some shoulders on him.
yeah,
Ugh.
it was a nice show though. I like that show quite a bit.
Hmm.
Yeah. So whatever. I just I don't watch any of this crap anymore. I mean, I watched Arrow for a couple seasons, was good, and then it wasn't good. I watched The Flash for a couple years, and it was good, and then it
Yeah,
wasn't good.
Felicity.
Uh,
Yeah.
exactly,
It's a
right?
Felicity show, baby.
Yeah, I couldn't watch the Legends
giggity
of
giggity.
Tomorrow. I couldn't get through one damn episode of that. I won't watch Batwoman because I was told not to. And Supergirl, I watched episode one and bleh, bleh, bleh. No,
I will
no.
keep going through Batwoman for all of you. I will bear this cross.
Hmm. Now Todd is upset with us because Todd loves the CW. He's a major fan. He loves everything that they're doing over there, and he's chastising us, saying, "Yeah, they're so bad that most of them been on 5 years or more." Yeah, you're right. Those 12-year-old girls and Todd are really enjoying it. So awesome,
Hmm.
good for them.
Yes, yes. Bad shows have never been known to go on forever. Yeah,
No, right.
yeah.
And besides that, I'm not saying anything. If people want to watch it, they're more than happy to. I'm just saying I'm not interested because it's crap from my point of view. So it's not made for me, Todd. It's not made for me.
Chester, you're learning.
I am learning. Thank you.
Hmm.
Thank you. But anyway, I think I actually think it's kind of cool. I don't have trouble with these Some people really hate the idea of it, but I don't mind it actually. I think it's a nice little nod, a nostalgic nod to Christopher Reeves, who's a great Superman. You know, I never said that, dude. I'm just
Uh-oh.
trying to trigger you. It's all right. Take a breath. Take a breath. All right, here we go. Now we're good. This is going to start a little line of stuff. So, whew, all right, here we go. You know what? No, let me just cover this real quick because it was attached to the
Sure.
thing I was just doing. Now Jonah Hill's Batman role is dead. He's out. He's
Oh.
out of it. But here's the thing. You
Not
know,
Jonah
no,
Hill.
Jonah Hill. Yeah, now Jonah, he's been in a few things that are okay, and he's fine. I have no trouble with Jonah Hill, and I know he's quite popular with some people. But he kind of screwed himself over because he came in asking for way too much money, thinking he had more leverage than he did, and that's in the end what kind of killed him on that. I'm not really. I don't think it matters one or the other, but you know, I am looking forward to this Batman though. I'm going to definitely check it out, man, because
I think Jonah Hill's been screwed a couple of times. Like, if I recall correctly, I might have this wrong, but I think in that movie, the Leonardo DiCaprio one, Wolf of Wall Street, I think he made like 20 grand off that movie. You know?
Hey,
oh
that's good
wow,
money.
really?
Hmm. That's good money, but I don't think it's good for a, a actor his status in a supporting role.
Yeah, that is shocking actually.
I,
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to verify that, or else I'm just spreading fake news. So.
true, true. Don't forget me. I watch too. Eric says. All right, all you guys have your good time with it. I just not really interested. Cult Film
Oh, there
Video
you
says Todd
are.
just as more of Walker, Texas Medicine Woman fan. That's right, dude. Medicine Woman was awesome, man. I love that show.
All right. Jonah Hill made $60,000 on Wolf of Wall Street. Leonardo DiCaprio, of course, he was the main role and he kicked ass in it, but he made 10 million.
Yeah, that's a bit underpayment, dude. That's a bit
Yeah.
underpayment. Yeah.
So I'd imagine this is why he wants to kind of poke for more money where he can.
Mm,
Poor
I get it.
bloke.
I get it. Yeah. No. Oh well, Jonah. Too bad. You just don't have the push, dude. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
now this is
He's not a bad actor at all. He's a charming fella. You know, I like him.
yeah, no, I don't have anything against Jonah.
Oh, yeah.
Now
If this guy was smart and went on the comic book convention circuit, he would make $10 million easy in a few hundred years.
goodness gracious, hating on Jonah Hill Day. Denali, now, guys, this is going to start a series of news here. Denali, kick us off. Denali.
I'm right
Wow.
here. I just muted. No, I'm here. I'm right here. Right
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
I just muted myself and forgot to unmute myself. So apologies. But deadline: Marvel Studio President Kevin Feige adds Marvel Chief Creative Officer title to his resume. He'll be overseeing all creative and story initiative, both on film, TV, and comic matters.
Okay. Now, I am curious because I heard specifically that he's in charge of everything other than Marvel Entertainment, and Marvel Entertainment Group itself is where the comics are. I heard this. So, what information do you have that says he's also in charge of Marvel Entertainment or overseeing it at least?
Well, it's kind of like the structure now. Reporting structure, Feige will still be under Dan Buckley, which will continue as president of Marvel Entertainment, where Ike Perlman will remain chairman. So Feige is above Dan Buckley, which is above Ike Perlman,
Perlmutter.
which they are Perlmutter. Sorry,
Well, yeah,
and so he has control of both um, segments of Marvel.
now, okay. No, I know he's in because basically what happened here, it seems to me, is we know the Perlmutter thing they solved quite a while ago because he was basically threatened to leave Marvel, and Iger didn't want that, so they basically removed Perlmutter from the equation as far as he was concerned. But Perlmutter was ultimately still in charge of the Marvel, TV stuff. And of course, the person who was running that though was Jeff Loeb. Now I haven't heard any mention of Jeff Loeb in any of this, but it seems in order for this to be true, Jeff Loeb has lost his job. Is what it
Which
seems
he
to happen.
essentially did because we kind
Yeah.
of talked about it, where the TV segment of, he hasn't, but all the TV stuff are going to Kevin Feige. We reported on this. He still has some things over there, but they're already starting the streamlining, which we talked about that Disney would eventually be doing for
Yeah,
everything.
we knew they would. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is just one of the first steps going on with it that they're streamlining. And who are they going to do? Well, Kevin Feige, their golden boy for 10 years, was making billions of dollars for Disney and Marvel Studios. So they're streamlining under him.
And it's a
So
smart move. It is a smart move. It's deserved. He deserves it. Whether we like what's coming or not, he's definitely earned it. But do keep in mind what this does is a couple things, though, right? Now, I'm still not sure if he's in charge of the entertainment aspect, but that doesn't really matter for what we're talking about. The real reason this has happened is because of Disney Plus. Right, and all the Marvel TV shows they're going to have, and they wanted it all to be under his umbrella. But do keep in mind that it was Pearl Mutter that was keeping him from inundating the story with feminist ideas. Do keep that in mind because Feige does a great job. He's made a great series, but he is a lefty. He is. And he wanted to do a lot more stuff with feminism, like particularly Civil War is where it really came to a head, right? In many ways. But Perlmutter was the one that was keeping him in line as far as not letting him go too crazy with that stuff. So when Perlmutter was pulled out to keep Feige at the place by Iger, it gave him free reign, and we're starting to see him march toward his feminist ideals. So it's a bit of good and bad news, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So that's basically it. But he is creative creative officer of everything.
He is.
So the entertainment part, which is the licensee, what the video games and all that, that's still under Marvel Entertainment. But any storylines, anything coming that needs to be approved, which used to be Joe Quesada and Dan Buckland, is now effectively needs to be greenlit by Kevin Feige.
Buckley. So no, it's interesting you mentioned Quesada because I really thought that CB Sobalski was supposed to be in charge of something.
No, he's been
guess not.
defanged. Yeah, the moment that he was doing it, the moment they released the Japanese pen name that he was doing, he was defanged for all intents and purposes. He's been a lame duck, and we had what's her name, the VP,
Amanat.
Amanat, basically running.
Imagine that being the big bloody controversy is that he had a Japanese pen name.
So what?
That's practically genocide.
Yeah. So what? Yeah. Who cares?
Oh,
pen names are pen names. I'm just being sarcastic.
So he's
of course,
a weeb.
CB has no power. Yeah, he's a weeb. Absolute weeb, actually. We'll have to see how this goes, but because a lot of people are really worried about where he's going to go, especially after seeing that Captain Marvel thing. I think it's going to be subtle. I really don't think it's going to be so hammering in your face, but there is another article that comes into this, guys, that should make us think a little bit about it because Brie Larson, along with several of the other ladies of Marvel, have been pushing him very hard and publicly too, getting a lot of articles written in their favor, pushing him to do an all-females Marvel movie. I think he's automatically already up for it anyway because he's already said he wants to do that kind of stuff. But that would be kind of suicide, and I wonder if Iger would allow it because we know what happens when you push this kind of identity politics. And they fail badly. Right. Whereas you can integrate it in and simply have more female characters around and just make them fun heroes like they've done so far. It's fine. Right. But going that route and listening to anyone the like of Brie Larson is absolute suicide for your for what you're trying to do. So I'm curious to see how it comes out. Actually, I'm going to be enjoying the fireworks, as it were, because there's a lot of pressure on him right now to be that thing. And of course, we've seen it won't help them; it will hurt them. It'll end the superhero thing. And I'm kind of curious if what you guys think on this side of it, because seems to be a full push to do this, and we know it will actually absolutely kill the superhero movies if they do it. And of course, Warner Brothers is just absolutely sucking wind over there. Let me make my point real quick. My point is, we know that most of the Hollywood elites hate these Marvel movies. They hate them with a passion because it's not real cinema. And I'm kind of wondering if this might be some kind of backhanded ploy to try to kill the superhero industry so they can get back to making real movies. And I did air quote, by the way.
Right. What I was going to say is, we've been seeing a lot of streams and a lot of articles saying that they're moving, movies that they know is going to flop into the stream. Recent one was He-Man and Masters of the Universe being contemplated into being sold to Netflix because it will make a tidy profits instead of trying to make their luck at the box office and see another dud in their hands, kind of deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Remember that the entirety of Phase 4 of the MCU is going to be on Disney Plus. Everything on the films side of thing is actually technically Phase 5, from what I understood from the many conversation and interviews that was released months ago. So if he sticks, we'll know what he'll do is, if he's smart and to please him, he'll stick that all-female Avengers or whatever into Disney Plus,
Mm-hmm.
and not even worry about it through the box office. That way he can get his cake and eat it too.
True. No. That's why I'm interested to see what's happening. But does no one have a comment or interest in my my comment of possibly there's some subversion going on here from Hollywood? No, not at
We
all.
already know that.
We already know that. We've been railing them.
No,
You're
I
not
mean,
saying anything
I
new,
mean that
Chester.
they're literally trying to kill the superhero genre because they want to get back to making their artsy movies because they're not making
Yeah.
any money on them.
Yeah, we already know that.
All right, fine. All right, thanks,
Yeah,
George. Thanks,
I
George.
mean, we had it with Spielberg when he was
Scorsese,
railing again,
yeah.
and Scorsese, and I'm not surprised that other filmmakers will jump into it, and you'll see a stronger push in the upcoming months as more people kind of talk about it and say, hey, people will get tired of this. People are getting tired of this. We need something new, something different, right?
Yeah.
And if and that's the thing that Kevin Feige will have to worry about, moving forward, is keeping everything fresh. Because if there's everything falling, then you're going to start seeing you're going to see superhero fatigue and the whole thing. Oh, if you don't like superheroes, you're whatever kind of deal.
Yeah. Well, the media has been accusing superhero fatigue of happening for the past 9 years, and it hasn't,
Yeah.
because that means nothing. If it's
It
fun and
doesn't exist.
entertaining, it's fun and entertaining.
Superhero fatigue doesn't exist, and I'll tell you why. Because the majority of the moviegoers now are all comic book fans that have grown up.
Yeah.
It's part of their culture.
It is.
You can't rip it out of them. All you can do is try to. If you create a garbage product right now, what will happen is they will just rise up, complain about it, not give you the money, and spend their money on actually creating their own product.
Yeah.
The culture right now is technically savvy enough to create their own superhero movies in their basement. The technology has literally leveled out the entertainment industry production.
Case point, Axonar.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's a good
yes,
point.
Sir.
Yeah.
It's a basement production.
And you know why they went after that?
Not literally, but we're talking about the difference in hundreds of millions of dollars and
sure.
$1 million.
Well, because they went after that because it was better than what they were making. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But I mean, it should be interesting to see what's going forward here with this. Maybe the Marvel TV shows will be good. I don't know. There's a lot to be seen. What'll happen with all this? It'll be interesting. I do see a few comments I'd like to catch up on though over here. You guys have been going on about CW quite a bit, and I agree with most of you. John Diller says, hopefully Joaquin Phoenix cashed out on that god awful Joker movie. Well, it sounds like it was a pretty good movie. I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know, but I hope so too. Let's see here. Nick C says, nobody likes you, Chester. Thank you, I guess. So sad.
I like you, Chester. I like you
Thanks,
so much.
Slick.
That's so true.
I was feeling kind of lonely there for a second. Oh goodness. But
I want to hear you play one of these days because I keep hearing about your music and I never hear any.
oh well, because I just go up and I'm a lounge act, dude. That's all I'm not like a professional in stadiums. Well, we do a couple stadiums, but those are more local type of festival type things. But yeah, I'm just a lounge act, dude.
Just waiting, man. I'm right here waiting.
Okay. So Denali, now this right here is continuing with the Disney Plus conversation. So what is this?
So, from the Hollywood Reporter, uh, writer and director of Rogue One, Tony Gilroy, will be joining the Disney Plus Star Wars prequel Cassian, as he's writing and directing the pilot episode and writing some episodes for the series. So, Cassian Andor, which is the guy who dies with Felicia Jones at the end of the movie. So they're doing the prequel before that of that movie kind of going.
Right, which is weird, a
Gar-
prequel of a prequel, but all right.
right. The original director was Garth Edwards, but he was assisted by Tony Gilroy, aka he was really fired from the production because he wasn't doing the thing, and they brought in Tony Gilroy to reshoot and redo the whole thing because there was massive reshoots in this film to what it appeared in the final release of the film kind of deal.
Well, Rogue One is the best thing they put out so far, easily. And that movie, if you change just a couple little things in that movie, and like for instance, I think if you had like say Daisy Ridley in the role instead, I think that would have been a better role for Daisy, because the real weak point in that movie is the actress playing I can't remember her name, but that actress. She's the weakest point in the movie. It's fine, it's good enough, but it could have been epic. That movie could have been truly epic, dude. And that was really the weakest point, where I think Daisy really would have been much better in that part.
Right. I think they kind of recognize that because they're not making a prequel of the prequel with the female lead. They're doing it with the male lead.
Yeah, well, because he was cool. It was interesting. Yeah. And we'll see more of K2SO as well.
Yeah.
Have you heard my my little spiel on that? What they did wrong with that?
No, go ahead, dude.
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right, I do like the film a lot.
Yeah.
I just don't think, like a Shakespearean play, they shouldn't have killed everybody off. And the people they shouldn't have killed off are the two Asians, because they want the Asian market so much, China and etc. They should have not killed those two fellows off, and they should have kept K2SO, say maybe his head survived or something like that. And then they should have done more like a TV show or a spin-off movie or something that would entice the other people in. Plus, I like those characters; they were interesting, and it would have. You always leave somebody to tell the tale, and they didn't do that. That was my thing. So there you
go. Yeah. Well, I get your point on that. Overall, though, I don't really have much complaints about Rogue One. I thought it was pretty good, and I'm not saying the girl was bad. She's not bad. I'm just saying if there was a really strong actress in that role who could really show emotion, because that actress can't show emotion well. She's not good at it. If they had a better actress in that movie would have been one of my favorite Star Wars movies of all time. That's my point. I think it's fine as it is. She's fine, but it just could have been better, is all I'm saying. But I think it's cool. I definitely would check this out. Although a prequel is a bit odd. And Turtle Rabbit says Rogue One is just a 2-minute Darth Vader scene. Snore. Well, I don't know, dude. I liked it. I thought it was fairly good storytelling. But of course,
I think
Darth Vader stole the movie. True.
Oh yeah. I think the interesting question it posed was the beginning of the movie, where you see Cassian as being a rebel and what that entails, which is he had to kill the informant, cold-bloodedly.
Yeah, that was cool.
To make his escape. And that was something that, if this was the rest of the movie, I would have been like, oh, awesome. This is kind of a new texture for Star Wars. I can kind of dig that. They're going to go into this side of Star Wars that we haven't seen, with the main movies. And if that was kind of what they were going to do, it's like, hey, here's the kid-friendly, good old Star Wars with the main things. And then these side movies were doing the more thought provoking, you don't have to watch them, but it's here for you kind of thing, then that would have been pretty, awesome to do. But unfortunately, we kind of see where they all went with it.
Yeah, well, we'll just keep our eye on for it. It could be good. Who knows, right? I mean, that's the thing. We don't want to necessarily just hate on it initially. So we have to, we can be skeptical, but we should definitely check it out and give it its due. And speaking of that, Neil Patrick Harris is in the new Matrix movie. Now,
Yes.
first of all, Neil Patrick Harris is absolutely awesome. I love Neil Patrick. He kicks ass in every way. So this can't be nothing but a good thing. Of course, I should knock on wood, but this automatically has my attention, right? The problem is we have two Matrix movies being made at the same time. So which one is he in?
He's the one with the Wiskowski.
Oh, okay, okay. But they're also talking about bringing back the Keanu and Trinity, of course, Neo and Trinity as well. And like I said, I'm totally cool with Neil Patrick Harris. This guy kicks it every time he does it, so I'm sure he's going to be really good at it. But the thing that's interesting to me is where we're talking about this remake, though not remake, of this new Matrix that is continuing on, and using the original characters, which is cool. But there is an interesting point here. This is Keanu at 50 something, beautiful man, beautiful man.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone loves
Very, very smoochable. Look at that
him.
nose.
Like, so beautiful. Kiss, kiss.
I wanna.
Yeah, we know
He's dreamy.
what you wanna. All right, but
I want him to hold me and gently and fall asleep in his strong arms.
Oh,
Right.
Jesus. All right. So yes, Keanu, sexy sex symbol at his
Mhm.
age.
Mm.
This is Trinity, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
she seems nice.
Seems nice, kind of like a grandma. Um,
Oh,
I mean, and now
Age is not kind to women.
no, they're not. I mean, look at that. Look at
Mm.
that.
Oh.
That, and then that.
Mm.
That.
Oh.
Now, I'm not being mean to her. I loved her in the movie. I think she's fine. I'm just curious how they're going to portray her because they could CG her up. That'd be fine. And of course, she's going to be in a movie, so she can get herself in the best shape she can, which I'm sure she'll do. She's an actor.
I
Yeah.
can't look her the same way. Ever since in Jessica Jones season 2, she has this weird lesbian orgy that was like purposely designed to be as unsexy as possible.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean,
Yeah.
absolutely. So I'm not. They could depends on how they play it, right, and what they do with her. But it's unfortunate for them because they can still do awesomeness with the Keanu, but they can't do it with the Trinity. It's curious. But I don't know. Are you guys interested or looking forward to it? Maybe even more so now that Neil Patrick's involved.
No.
I mean, the execution of the last two movies was kind of poor, to say the least. The ideas were solid. The way they executed it was kind of not good. So they got to knock it out of the ballpark, basically, to
Yeah.
kind of get the excitement back up. And they're also in in Deadline as well as reporting that Jada Pinkett Smith is in negotiation of reprising her own role of Naomi for this film.
Hmm.
So, it's weird. This is weird. I
It
think
is
this
weird
is
because
another.
she has gotten brutal looking as well. Now the role the way he had her in Gotham worked really well for her look, right? She
Right.
was awesome actually. I loved her in
Yeah.
Gotham.
Her
So
as Fish Mooney, really?
I liked her as Fish, dude.
Ah, I thought she was one of the most pointless characters of all time.
Really?
Yeah, couldn't stand her.
All right, cool.
Well, I thought she was alright at first, but then when she's going off with the doll maker and she scoops out her own eye and stamps on it, that was just like, what's going on? This is ridiculous.
Okay, I'll give you that. And of course, the Penguin
I hate that
character
show.
was. Oh, really? But the Penguin
Yeah.
character, of course, was far superior. True. But I thought they used her well as far as the story they were trying to tell, because they were doing the whole mafioso thing, right? But anyway, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens with this. It's an interesting development, and I'm I don't know, dude. But
You
There's
know
gonna be a
what?
lot of
I
cats
think it's
dancing along.
I
If
think it's
Neil,
just
hold,
another
wait, hold on a second.
example
If
of
Neil Patrick Harris reprises his role for Doctor Horrible in the Matrix movie,
uh-huh.
it's going to be awesome.
okay. This is just another example of the dearth of creativity and inspiration that is in Hollywood now.
Hmm.
They're going back to the well of a franchise that is best left alone, in my opinion. I
Yeah, I
just think
agree.
that this is just get it may make money, but I doubt it. I think people are going to go and watch it maybe for some nostalgia's sake, but in the end, they're not going to be as impressed with what's already there. I just no, it's not something I'm really interested in at all.
Hmm. Well, I think Turtle Rabbit here makes a very valid point as well. The Wachowskis had one okay idea. They haven't made anything worthwhile since. So they're going back to the well. They had that something Sense 8, was it?
You
Uh,
mean
8 cents.
Jupiter?
Yeah.
Oh,
Go ahead.
yeah,
Jupiter Ascending as well
Jupiter
was
Ascending.
crap.
Yeah.
Was crap. It was crap. But
Oh man, that's
that
brutal.
that Sense 8 was pretty horrible too. But
Speed
it was
Speed
popular
Racer
though.
was Speed Racer was like visual diarrhea.
Yeah, no, they haven't had a great run. But like I
Yeah.
said, you have to keep in mind people love that Sense 8 though. I didn't care for it, but a lot of people loved it, right? And so there is, I don't know. Yeah, it's something to be said for that. It's like I was at an event this last Monday, well, for me Monday, I guess it was Sunday for you guys, and I was up at, it was a great hall. It was a very British style one. We had a lot of fun, and they had this band up in there, that was supposed to be this pro band, and all they did was play Chicago blues, and it sounded exactly the same, one song after the other for over a frickin' hour, and it just making my ears bleed. But the crowd loved it, dude. So I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, but Jupiter's ending. Goodness gracious. All right, moving on to our last
Well,
story
Dragon,
of
you
today.
can like whatever you like, even if it's terrible.
Yeah.
They
Don't
do things I
remember,
like.
there's still Matrix diehard fans that want more Matrix. So
Mhm.
you know,
Well, to be
know your
fair,
To
audience.
do, Manchester.
do Manchester. Well, to be fair, Dragon. To be fair, um, I think that Jupiter Ascending was a great idea. Actually, I think you could have really done something pretty cool with that. A lot of people hated on what's the Eddie Redmayne's portrayal in that. I didn't really hate on that so much. I think the real problem they had there was with Kunis. She
I
would
created life.
she could not sell she could not sell being a princess. But
I loved Eddie Redmayne's performance, and that was so
he was,
ridiculous.
yeah.
It was so funny.
Yeah. But for me, I think it was a missed opportunity, Dragon, because I think it could have been a really cool movie actually. But they just didn't do a good job in many areas, dude. But anyway, let's move on to our last story of today. And oh no, Denali.
Yeah. No, this is more booster.
Booster.
I found this one for us, and I got it from CBR just for you. This is HBO's Watchmen is bold, riveting, and unabashedly political. This is what we all want from our Watchmen, right? Unabashedly political. I wonder what political stance they'll take.
Hmm. Well, first of all, the
So,
thing that catches my eye is everyone's in a mask. That's interesting. But go
um,
ahead, tell us about their politics.
well, they very much blatantly used the Rorschach character and had a gang revolving around him and blatantly turned them into alt-right symbols. So that pisses me off because I love Rorschach, right? He's clearly not a white supremacist. Why would they turn him into a symbol
No,
of
he's
white
an
supremacy?
anarchist. It's a weird choice. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And what else? Would you say Watchmen was political? Absolutely, right? Was it divisive? Was it something that fell onto one political stance blatantly and made the other side uncomfortable? Like, oh, great, this is whatever propaganda, right?
Well, I think
This
more his
is
real take wasn't on his hate of capitalism. I think is really what it felt like to me.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah, and what we got here is a black lead, right? Black woman lead, of course, which nothing particularly wrong with that. But of course, they're gonna have to make it about how she's a black woman. She's got to deal with this Rorschach gang who's all who white supremacists, right?
All right.
It's it's gonna be insufferable. First episode's gonna come out in a few days, and I might check it out for you boys, and then give you a real idea of how I feel about it. But, whew, lad, this is
Yeah, no.
I love Watchmen. I really love Watchmen,
Well,
and
so do I.
I,
Yeah.
I hate seeing this happen to Watchmen. It bums me out.
Well, there's been many things like this that have happened that are bumming us out. And it's really unfortunate because when I saw that they were going to make a Watchmen, I was like, ooh. And then they started talking about it. And I was like, ugh. Same thing with The Witcher. I was like, "Ooh, that's gonna be cool," and then they started talking about it. I was like, "Oh, no, thank you." Right? So, I mean, they can't help. Everything has to be political. They're on full drive. This is all about taking the 2020 election, and they will absolutely inundate us with politics, and they will warp in our minds with their propaganda, and they shall win. Yay, Google! Google 2020, and that's what they're trying to do. Right? Of course, it's backfiring on them horribly because people are not as stupid as they think they are, which it is what it is. But yeah, that's there's not much more to say about it. Oh, look, another mask. Wonderful. She's in blackface. I think she's a black lady
Yeah,
though.
what's up
Is
with
it okay?
that?
Is it okay when black people are in blackface? Is that okay? Just curious.
I don't know, but I like when they do whiteface. I do find that funny.
It is funny. Yeah. Okay. All
Yeah,
right. Cool.
yeah.
Yay, birthday. He looks so sad.
He, oh,
You're
gee,
paying me
I wonder
money.
if they better
Remember,
not make him a bloody Trump thing, or I'm gonna be really pissed.
Oh, they will.
remember, you are getting paid, sir. That's right. Now blow your candles.
That's funny. But anyway, of course, when it comes to blackface, you guys know that as far as I'm concerned, that case by case. It's not always bad. Nope.
It's okay to do blackface sometimes.
Sometimes, yes. Neil Patrick Harris in the house. All right, sweet. All right, guys. Well, that's our bit for today. Some interesting news there to cover. Some interesting ideas. Of course, we agree with each other, and then we disagree with each other. And it seems the chat disagrees with me wholeheartedly. So good on you, chat. Thank you very much for being the thorn in my side. Yeah, go yay booster. Damn it. But Yay.
Oh boy.
Goodness gracious. But anyway, guys, thank you all for coming in here. Now, before we jump out real quick, I want to come over to Slick Jimmy and let him talk about his project he's got going on that's still in demand. Go ahead, dude.
Ah, yes. I have a book in Indiegogo called Little Girl Lethal. It's about a young lady named Sugar Lightspeed. She's a bit of a firebrand. She's kind of sexy. She's kind of violent. She does all kinds of crazy things. And in this first installment, you'll get her backstory a little bit and a little bit of what she does when she gets up in arms. And if you like that sort of thing, come on out, check it out. Still have time to buy another one. I'm in the process of lettering right now, so that'll take a little bit more time. But also remember, this is not for children. Please remember that. And if you want to get a copy, keep it up on the top shelf next to your 12-year-old Scotch and your Cubans, and you should be all right.
There you go. Awesome. Definitely, it was a great looking book, by the way, guys. If you haven't seen Little Girl Lethal, definitely check it out. And if one of my guys here over, one of my mods over here could throw that up, that would be appreciated. Hey, DeWolf, what's going on, dude? You should come in and said hello,
Thanks,
dude.
Cetera.
Oh no, you're welcome, dude. You should have come in and said hi, DeWolf. We would have loved to talk to you. But of course, George's book is not in demand. It's finished. He's moving on to get it printed. And any of you guys who backed his book, expecting it to be coming when, George?
Within the next 2 to 3 weeks, depending on the schedule with the printer.
Sweet. All right. Well, thank you very much, George. Thank you, Slick. Thank you, chat. We love you guys coming in here and talk to us all the time and listening to us rant on about idiot things because that's what we are. Booster is our mascot for a very good reason. But
Mhm.
nevertheless, Denali,
Hey,
Take us
All
out
right.
of here.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us for Comics 2 today. Go to the Blacklist universe since we are back doing the Legion of Doom at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific time. Join us tomorrow for Comics News Today at 8 p.m. Wait, yeah. And the fan edition tomorrow at 10 p.m.
Back to the fan edition. No,
Back to the fan edition.
Ultimate Edition is dead. Long live the
No,
fan
no,
edition.
no. I'm
it's
gonna keep
Ultimate
it.
Edition from now on.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
keep it. Yeah.
Or shall we say the Ultimate Edition is on hiatus?
No.
It's on
Anyway,
hiatus. No, it's back. The Ultimate Edition at 10
no, we're
p.m.
doing the Ultimate
tomorrow.
Edition. We're keeping it. Damn it. So
Sounds
Okay.
now.
yeah, go ahead, Dinale. Namaste, us man.
All right. As always, your perception shapes your reality, so always make it a good one.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Das Vidanya.
Later, guys.
Aloha.